So Epic Games faces another round of layoffs, PlayStation 5 prices increase, and rumors say 2 Nintendo classics will see revamps in the near future. Plus, Wavy God gives his spoiler-free review of the Super Mario Galaxy movie. Let's get into it. Hand motions. Welcome into another episode of Fukapod, a Fukaname product. Find us all across the web at Fukaname, P-H-U-C-A-N-A-M-E. I'm your host, Frosty Phoenix. Catch me across the web at Frosty Phoenix, F-R-O-S-T-Y-P-H-E-N-I-X. Video games, voice acting, content, all that good stuff on the interwebs. Here with the usual squad specs. The squad, introduce yourself and where people can find you on these interwebs.
What's goody, y'all? It's your boy Wavy God here. Of course, you already know the waviest blurred ever, sneaker lover, anime watcher, the video game player. You know what I'm saying? And I need to do this more often. So you can find me on X, WAVII_GAWD, or
Not to you,
Instagram,
to the platform.
WAV. Sorry?
I said, I did the thumbs down. I was like, not to you, the platform.
And then the Instagram on WAVIIGAWD_. You know what I'm saying? Of course, follow the squad at Fukaname everywhere. You know what I'm saying? But of course, rate the podcast 5 stars. Of course, on Apple and Spotify podcasts. And of course, like all the videos, comment, share with your squad, and of course, subscribe to the channel on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? But we got some more. A lot been going on in the industry. You know, even the big heavy hitters aren't safe and everything like that, unfortunately. But you'll get into it. You know what I'm saying? Let's get it.
Thank you, Wavy. Without further ado, the term that's following us further into this year, these chip prices, though, this RAM shortage, though, this data's showing you that basically the overall tech industry is having a hard time, and it's affecting even gaming. It's affecting a lot of different things technology-wise, but we're talking about the gaming industry in addition to the fall of the gaming industry. Not the fall of it, but let me just say decline.
Not the fall.
Just decline. Yeah, no,
right.
Freudian slip there. Not the fall of it. The decline of what the surge may have been. And shout out to those who are still doing the work and working for the companies and doing yeoman's work. We appreciate you. But a lot of companies are making the decisions based on their bottom line to cut ties in certain kind of ways. And the latest of the news that we're going to talk about today is the layoffs at Epic Games. As of March 24th, reported by Reuters, Epic would cut 1,000 jobs following a drop in Fortnite engagement.
Not even the big dogs are safe, man. That's crazy. Oh my God. Who is safe if
Nobody.
they're not even safe?
Nobody. CEO of the company, Tim Sweeney, said in a note to employees on Tuesday, the company expected to save $500 million by reducing contracting and marketing spending by eliminating some open roles. And from we know about Fortnite and all the contracts that have it going on, just the way that money pours in with that title, because they even increased the V-Bucks amount more recently for the bang that you get for your buck. Like basically the base price that you would pay for V-Bucks for the amount of V-Bucks you get in return increased. So trying to make the money back.
I'm glad you said that because we definitely talked about that a couple episodes ago about the V-Bucks thing, and it's going up in price, but you're getting less for your dollar. And we should have seen the writings on the wall right there. But I thought that was going to be it. Tim said no.
No. This move, according to Reuters, marks Epic's second major round of layoffs in 3 years. September 2023, the company cut about 830 jobs, roughly 16% of its workforce, to boost profitability. Again, the term that's returning back to us is for profits, for the bottom line, to keep the company afloat.
Even though they made $6 billion last year in 2025, a record-breaking profit, might I add. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's $6 billion in profit last year, but then you still got to cut people this year because, we know that, prices do go up and stuff, and you're spending a little bit more than you want to, but there's other ways you can do that besides letting people go and putting people in the job market. And Tim doing it his comments on that was very crazy. But I'll let you continue that before I bring that up because that was very tone deaf of him to say that.
Well, we'll continue in the idea that this is still spreading across different companies, right? Say, for instance, for the follow up for Fortnite, right? Last month, Fortnite topped U.S. monthly the active player counts across PlayStation and Xbox. Yet the average playtime fell sharply, according to Matt Piscatella, senior director at Circana, right? In September, Electronic Arts laid off hundreds of workers and canceled a Titanfall game that was in development, according to media reports. Amazon broader job cuts late last year also affected its gaming division. So it makes me think definitely about the tweet that you're, or the X post that you're going to bring up, Wavy. But to get to that point, I'll let you read that. Just the way the gaming industry is rolling out, I would just say the term seems to be, although I wouldn't say the word is tone deaf, is very what's the word looking for, aspirational, or even trying to look on the bright side, if you will. But go ahead, Wavy, with what the Epic Games CEO said out on social media.
Yeah, and just to piggyback off what Frosty says, so yeah, a lot of companies are starting to do this. It's not just like gaming and stuff like that. It's been tech too. And then if you saw one of our episodes before, Desert Skies did say if you want to know the future of the video game industry, just follow what the tech industry is doing because they're basically cousins. So whatever tech is going through, video games going probably go through the same thing. You've been seeing a lot of layoffs on both places, but to get to this CEO and what he said, he I think he tried to mean well, but what he said was just ridiculous. So in a response, he retweeted someone that says, "Sad news for Epic Games. Hope the efforts to turn things around can work." And then it looks like he kind of responded to the tweet saying, "In the coming days, employers will see a stream of resumes of once in a lifetime quality folks. An important thing to understand is that Epic never lowered our hiring standards as we grew, and the layoff wasn't performance based, right sizing as companies call it nowadays. It's a sound bet that anyone with Epic Games on their resume is a top few percent of the discipline." So I get that he's trying to big up his people, like, "Oh, we didn't like our hiring standards never went down. They're still the highest. We have the best people and everything. So why'd you let them go? Like you putting them." Yeah, you're saying you're putting a stream of resumes out in the market that, yeah, hire these people, sure. Like, yeah, they'll have no problem finding a job. Does he not know how crazy the job market is right now? Everywhere. Like, oh my god,
It's
that
like
was
saying,
very very tone deaf of him, man. Like it was terrible.
yeah. I think you said it well, right? Like just trying to be on the positive side of it, trying to like big up the former employees now, right? Just kind of like a signature to say, we had to let them go, but these are the top notch people. You definitely want them on your team, right? A big signature of endorsement for a lot of the people that they may have let go. Sweeney also said market conditions today are the most extreme since the early days of the company, which was founded in 1991. The layoffs aren't related to AI, noting mid the game industry fears that technology could replace developers. So that clears that up, that it's not an AI issue, but we're still talking about a financial issue based on the technology that's available to keep creating the hardware for games. Not that Fortnite, not that Epic Games has anything to do with that. They're the software company and playing the game. But we're talking about, as you mentioned, that Desert Sky said, is if the technology is hitting the industry in a certain kind of way and it trickles down through trickle down effect to the companies that provide games for the different hardware companies, different gaming consoles, things like that. It's inevitable, unfortunate choices that that companies can make. That it could be better. You know,
Definitely could be better. Like this is just like I just don't get it. Like they're the top people in your company. You're saying, oh yeah, they're gonna find something that yeah, these people are top. Like you should go hire them. No, you should have kept them at your company and found another way to keep everybody there. You know what I'm saying? Like, because one of the people that they let go actually was one of the people that designed one of the mascots of Fortnite, the blonde haired dude, Joe, whatever his name is. Like, he
Hmm.
designed it, and even he's not safe. Like, that's the person who
Right.
literally made the design of your mascot, bro. Like, okay,
It's just it's just business, right?
dumb business.
And the question would be, and Epic Games, if you guys ever have a representative that's probably would either tweet or respond. There might be too many of us podcasters that might kind of be putting you all iron to the fire, like what's going on up there to respond to everyone. But for the idea to say that we definitely have tried to find ways to make this work and the bottom line just doesn't match up to try to keep people, it's still unfortunate, but we would try to think that maybe, at least from my side of the conversation, that maybe I'm gonna speak for myself, that I hope that there were plenty of conversations that were trying to save people and that this was the only option. But I could also just be looking at it with rose-colored glasses,
I mean, that's
optimistic
true,
lens.
but yeah, that's true and everything, but I feel like they should, and maybe it's just a cultural thing. I don't know, but they should at least took a page out the book of an RP Satoru Iwata, the former president of Nintendo. Like talked about it on here before as well, where he basically chopped his salary in half during that year of like when the Wii U kind of launched. I think 2014 when the Wii U launched a couple years before that, and they saw that it was basically down in the hole. They're like, let me take some salary off of me so we can give to these workers. So, because I think he's basically saying that they have work people that are like stressed about probably losing their job. They're not gonna be making the best product for you. I'm kind of reiterating, but that's pretty much what he said. So I think these people should have learned from that, but I don't think maybe it's just a cultural thing. I don't know because I don't know if they just don't want to give up that salary they have, which is probably a massive salary, so they could do it. But yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. Like, but RIP Owada because that was the last person to do that, and Nintendo's still thriving. So
Yeah. They're in the hot seat too for various reasons, but for you and Noob, I know that.
yeah,
But now we could also talk about saviors here, and we're talking about business crossing over again, including Epic for Disney. Yes, over the horizon, reportedly, is keen on buying Epic Games, but is waiting for the right moment, according to IGN and Tom Phillips. Right?
but what would be that right
So,
moment for them?
well, heavily invested. The company's already heavily invested in Fortnite. They have dozens of character skins in the game, so the Marvel was all up and through that for a long time, and where Marvel stands with the whole Disney, in the Disney hierarchy of importance. Let's see here. I know for a fact there are senior executives in Disney who want them to buy Epic and are just waiting for that moment. Said, let me see, Alex Heat, via the Town podcast. So, or Heath, excuse me. Pardon my saying your name incorrectly. Is it an up and coming Disney mode for the game? Let me see.
A Disney movie.
So I don't know. I mean, what would that look like? It would just kind of be like the right moment is. You guess you could say it's unknown to us publicly, but could be speculated. I don't even think I could have a speculation for like what that right moment would even look like, to be honest with you. So,
Yeah, and I think even right now, remember that Epic. I'm pretty sure the company is like they're like 40% owned by Tencent. So there's probably gonna be something in the background right now, like with Tencent and Disney. Maybe Tencent gotta be in that big three conversation. I don't know, man. I'm not sure anymore. Maybe we gotta swap them out for somebody. I'm not sure. Cause Tencent has a lot of money. They did like the little bailout with Ubisoft. They're having 40% ownership in Epic Games. Like they're doing a lot of stuff, and of course they were in that little thing with PlayStation with the what's that knockoff Horizon game that didn't see the light of day because it was knockoff of Horizon.
Yes.
But I
Yes.
mean it. I mean it was like I think it had to be something in it'd be in the background of the Tencent and Disney at this point. And if y'all watching this video, if y'all listen to right now, I have a pink silky on. Imagine this tinfoil. I'm putting my tinfoil silky hat on right now. So I'm thinking that maybe things are already happening in the background. And
Oh,
when
always.
most companies do like a merger and stuff like that, layoffs are the first thing to happen.
Right.
Maybe it could have been like they're getting ready for that right now. I mean, other than like the cost of the game and like keeping it up and it's going up, whatever, they could have found ways to like not fire all these people. But maybe something's going on in the background right now, and they're like trying to get ahead of that so that when the merger happens, it's a lot smoother. That's my tinfoil silky moment right now. But
Okay. Just
y'all let
reading
me y'all
for
let us know in the comments stuff like that if y'all think that's what's happening or it could happen in the future.
what could happen in the future. There are probably plenty of people that are going to be in the comment section right now. A lot of reports, a couple reports right now,
I
especially we're
hope so.
talking about this whole situation. I'll further expound on what Heath was saying. There are others who think it's a bad idea for Disney to pick up Epic. If Epic ever sold, if it ever decided to call it quits on being an independent company, Disney would be the most natural home for it for a lot of reasons. And I mentioned earlier talking about the concept of an up and coming Disney mode, and then the idea of it would just become a Disney gaming platform despite 2 years of development work. However, there's still no suggestion of when that game mode will finally arrive. Uh, Epic is a founder controlled company. Tim Sweeney has full voting stock control and can make unilateral decisions, and it's really up to him. As we saw, he was the guy who went to bat against the app stores, against Apple and Google, to open those up, and it's almost an ideological crusade when you're running a company like Epic to do something like that. And even acknowledges, he even acknowledges it in the layoff email, that it costs Epic.
I
Um,
bet it does. I bet it does. Cause I'm not even sure if there is Fortnite on iOS right now.
I will be able to answer you in literally 2.5 seconds.
To search engines.
Yeah, Fortnite's on here.
It is.
Fortnite is on Apple.
Oh, okay, so
So,
I mean, they probably don't have like the 30%. They probably don't got to be the 30% or whatever. 'Cause I think that's what they went to court for. I'm not sure if that was repercussions to that.
mm,
I don't know. I don't know. 'Cause maybe Apple doesn't push like the app like that. I don't know. I don't know if it's like a 360 deal in the music industry. I don't know. Like like if you don't sign this 360 deal, then we're not gonna market you like that. You know what I'm saying?
well,
Like
keep going on that. I'm trying to think of, like, let's just say on a general note, Fortnite declined for reasons. Let's see, player count decline. Let's use the technology the way that it's supposed to be used. Experiencing a decline in player engagement and active users for the 25-26 season, with reports of a 28% drop in annual peak monthly active users. Key factors include declining interest in the battle royale genre, competition from games like Roblox, and player fatigue.
hey, and that could be a bigger conversation right there. That's a bigger conversation right there because people, like you said, the numbers are going down right now. You know what I'm saying? The numbers are going down, and when you look at companies right now, we talk about this many, many times. What is the main thing that companies are trying to do to get a revenue of a nice sort of their own revenue? Make a battle royale or live service game. Where they learn this from? Fortnite. Because Fortnite took over the scene in 2017, 2018 and just went crazy. And they're saying, we need something like that for us. And now the player base is starting to get a little, like you said, getting a little fatigue on the model. So what's going to happen to every other thing, every other game that's like this now? Will it be the same fate as Fortnite? Will it be worse? Because if, like I said in the beginning of the episode, the beginning of the conversation, if Fortnite can't make it and they're getting pulling $6 billion in 1 year, who else is safe? Is it time to start creating, something else and being more
Do
creative?
something else.
Do
something else. Shout out to T-Pain. Holy shit. Do something else. I know he was talking about music, but it's parallel, right? Because people were the conversation. I know we don't touch on with music. We don't talk about that a lot. We have different tastes in music across the team, but it's still the same thing. Like for a while, people were making the same kind of music, and probably were sending it to plenty of artists, including T-Pain, to say, "Listen to my music." It was probably roughly the same as everybody else's, right? So like, people are like, "Oh, look at our game. We like Fortnite. Do something else." Do something else! Holy shit! Like, you know what I mean?
I mean, it's definitely parallel and stuff like that. Like, I think the music industry. I'm not gonna say the music industry and the video game industry are the same, but like you said, that is parallel. Where like people were at one time, even now, somewhat mainstream wise. A lot of the same music is being put out there and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And
Yep.
the gaming industry is not too far behind that. I mean, there's definitely a lot of other pockets that are in the mainstream and everything, but those two are very intertwined. And like I say many times in the podcast before, I think that rap and video games are more alike than people want to say. That's my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Both started around the same time in like the early '70s for the most part, about having fun and everything, and all these deals are coming out. Like you said, I think last episode that like with Elvis, shout out to the homie LVG. You said that that there's a lot of things behind the scenes that we're not getting collaborations because we didn't have the right talks or we didn't get the right like sign name on the dotted line and stuff like that and everything. So, I mean, that's how I think. And that T-Pain, me, shout out T-Pain. Yo, come on the podcast one time, man. I know you
That'd
want
be
to game
great.
and stuff like that. Yo, come on the podcast one time. But yeah, like that meme is definitely hits this certain conversation like super well. I didn't even think about that.
That joint lives rent free in the back of my head. Do something else. Do something else. Please. You know what I'm saying?
They might,
Um,
if the
hmm?
keep on falling like this, they might have to.
Yeah, it will, not might, nothing.
See, I was giving him a
Will.
chance.
No,
He
you
said
will
not.
have to do something else. Like the Fortnite is seeing declines. Do something else. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing stays at the top forever. Nothing stays at the top forever.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, although it's not necessarily tied here, but I think with the split of continuing the conversation on how technology is declining due to RAM shortage and just how gaming is being affected right now. We have all heard the news, of course. Sony announced its second global price increase for PlayStation 5, effective April 2nd of this year, due to ongoing
So
economic pressures and component
yesterday.
costs. Standard PS5 with a disc drive rose $100 to $600 base price. Was it market standard MSRP? I
MSRP.
think that's what. Yeah, MSRP. $649.99. Right, give or take. PS5 Pro
I hurt
increased
my stomach.
$150 to $899.99. $900. Okay.
I'm not spending $1,000 on a PS5 Pro. That's crazy. Sony must be out their mind right now. Like they crazy right now, man.
I don't think they want to do this. You know what I'm saying?
They don't
But
want to do it. I don't think they want to do it. I don't think Xbox wanted to do it, and I don't think Nintendo wants to do it in the future because there's rumors that they're going to do it as well. But
Lord,
man, people want to say leave politics and gaming separate. That ain't gonna happen because it's affecting us now. It's affecting every console right now. So I'm like, they don't want to put
it's the
it like
politics of the business. The
the
politics of the
tariffs and
business
everything
with
just went
the
crazy.
It's like with that, the tariff thing, and overall world, we're talking about the race to improve on AI. We're talking about the data centers and all that kind of stuff. So there's a couple things in tandem here. It's not just the politics aspect. Politics is definitely a part of the situation, but I think it's more so the resources for the newer age. And we're still talking about AI as of this episode of the podcast anyway. You know, we have our speculations that eventually people will realize the value of AI and return to having more hands-on man and woman work for workers, and that AI is a tool, it's not a replacement. And it's been proven over and over as more people are talking about AI as we move along.
Yup. AI is a tool. Not you cannot replace your workers with AI. And the tech industry is definitely learning that right now because they had a lot of layoffs the past couple of years because of AI. But I'm seeing and I'm hearing and I'm reading a lot of stuff saying that some companies are starting to regret that because while AI is useful and it can get the job done, but it can't do it efficiently. You know what I'm saying? So it's not. It's gonna get you the right code or the right things you have to do, but it's gonna just basically throw you. It's gonna as it is. It's gonna get the job done. Like, it's like the ingredients. It'll get it done. Like you do what you want, but it may not add like the salt and the pepper and the seasoning and stuff like that to make it run efficiently and they make it taste good. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not doing that. You have to have someone to literally walk the AI through it. Say like, hey, do this, do that, do this. You can't tell AI do that and do something because if you do that, then it's gonna just spit something out and it's not gonna have the most efficient way. It's gonna make tasks move a lot slower. So companies are starting to
Exactly.
see that, and it's like, hey, let's get some more people in here that actually understand it and can help the AI do its job, or like if
Facts.
people do their job and have AI assist. You know what I'm saying? It's not like you said. It's not a replacement. It's just a assistant. That's how it should be. So, but that bubble might burst in a little bit anyway. I don't know. We'll see.
Did you know? I don't think we said it earlier. Epic Games also cited sluggish console sales among the reasons for the cut of 1,000 jobs that was announced. So, because of the sluggish sales of consoles on like for PlayStation,
But
that had a
how
reason.
is that when most of their player base is on console? Like you said earlier. You said earlier that they lead the I got not the sales but the player counts in PlayStation and Xbox, right? That's what you said
Yes.
before.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
understand that then either. Like, which says something in itself. Like, we said that before that like people only play games from 5 years ago, and the numbers are right there to tell you.
It's catching up, right? It's catching up with them. People are burnt out. Sony last raised the prices by around $50 in August last year, right? Microsoft also raised the price of its console, of its Xbox console last year as well. So look,
2 times or 3 times the Xbox did it. I think it was twice.
I think it was twice,
Yeah, I think it was
and
twice
then
the
for
Xbox did it as
PlayStation
well. I think so.
and PlayStation, this is twice right now in the conversation. Now,
Mm-hmm.
the interesting thing is that GameStop tried to be that savior to the rescue, right? They tried to make it
First time
sound a
you
little hot,
first time you put that in the first time you put that in the sentence.
right? You know what I'm saying? GameStop saviors on the way. They said in response to the hike, they offered boosted trade-in credits for hardware to offset costs, make it easier for you to buy the consoles from them for any hardware, anything that you wanted to trade in for this. And then Anthony, they believe they posted it on their social media too. They were like, GameStop said, "We have you, citizens. Trade in your older
Basically,
stuff, and we'll get you more to accommodate for the increased costs of your consoles." Okay, GameStop.
but the catch is you have to be a Power Up reward member. I think is what it is.
And it only lasted as this episode is recording, or the release of this episode. Small print that reads. The small print reads. Offer valid through April 4th. Pro membership required.
Oh, so y'all got till Saturday. Okay, so we're recording this episode on April 3rd right now. So y'all got till Saturday, April 4th to get y'all word. Absolutely. GameStop about to have a line of people.
This episode is probably released after the 4th because by the way time goes and the way people listen to things and consume, we already passed the point, unfortunately. But they tried it.
It's gonna look like a midnight release in every GameStop.
You know what I'm saying? Oh man.
But
all hardware
wasn't on the show notes either though. There wasn't show notes on it either, but I do see that apparently Disney's 20th Century Games has an unannounced project slated for 2026. That's okay. So you talking about Disney and stuff like that. So I was like, huh.
No, yeah, no. So they're. It sounds like they're trying to build in the background off the radar, trying to make some things happen, as usual.
Trying to,
you know what I'm saying?
Because their track record with games is not the best. So
no. I think what's the game? The Disney game? Dream. What's the game called?
Oh,
Dreamlight
Valley joint.
Yeah.
Disney's Animal Crossing.
Dream Valley, I think it's like, let me see. Dreamlight Valley. Dreamlight Valley.
There you go. All right.
You know. What's the player count for that?
That's probably how it should be said.
Dreamlight Valley. What's the player count for that right now? Let's just look that up really quickly. Let's just look in on Steam, which is the measure for everything.
That's okay.
90%, 90.21% positive reviews. People thinking it positively. All-time peak 3.6 years ago was 14,000 players.
Okay.
24-hour peak players was 4,490. And currently are 2,401 players playing right now. This is Steam numbers.
Yeah, so that's just Steam. That's not unlike on some stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like those numbers don't say it all. I think people like, even people homies that I know don't play games, they'll say something about Dreamlight Valley to me and stuff like. I play Dreamlight Valley though. You know what I'm saying? Or even in the pandemic, I play Animal Crossing. You know,
yeah, right.
So because the cozy gamer that definitely rose in the ranks a lot. I think was it 2020 in the pandemic when it started to happen? I'm not sure if it was that year specifically, but yeah, that year like that cozy gamer title started getting a lot of more steam to it. You know.
Yep.
Not my style, but shout out to y'all.
Yeah, not our thing, but I support that. I support the idea of being able to be creative. My wife is a cozy gamer, so shout out to y'all. Dreamlight Valley maintains a steady player base, daily peak concurrent users on Steam, like we said, between 5,000 to 11,000 players. Roughly 2,000, 4,000 average concurrent players in early 2006. The game surpassed 2 million total players across all platforms, Xbox, Game Pass, Switch, and PlayStation, within just a few months of its early release. Oh, so I mean, basically the number I read earlier. So
yeah,
it has its fan base, right? So that's their title, and then like
everybody has a fan base. Everybody got a fan base.
And then we mentioned
every game got a fan base.
Their investment in Fortnite too, so they're trying some things. You know what I'm saying? Trying some things.
If that merger ever happened, you'll definitely see some Fortnite characters in Dreamlight Valley and vice versa. Oh yeah, it'll definitely happen.
Oh man. Not that let me not knock Fortnite all the time, but when I see Fortnite like in other things, like the cross for lack of better words, cross contamination, cross promotion
That's where the
of
money's
certain
at.
things. Like say when we talking music again, the features are like, saying when you have when you have a song, when you have an album, oh well, I'm featuring this artist, and this artist.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a cop that joint versus like some people would do a solo album and probably you'll see rather depending on the artist, still see the right numbers. But if you have features, big name features,
One, it will get you more sales. Two, will get you into that features fan base, which will equivalent to it'll equivalent to more sales. And I think gaming is the same way. Like
I've noticed a lot of
those collaborations, all
similarities.
the Fortnite collaborations and stuff like that. Like they got people that weren't probably interested in Fortnite. Probably they're like, oh, this person's gonna be in the game. I want to play it now.
The
So,
concerts.
oh, those did big numbers. Oh yeah. I think they were during COVID, right? I think the Travis Scott and Ariana Grande one. They Travis Scott one. I know
Yeah.
that for a fact. I think that was during
When
COVID.
was
So
even more recently? I'm trying to look up. I'm not trying to think. The Billie Eilish concert that was on
they had a Billie Eilish concert too.
Fortnite. Mm-hmm.
What?
Mm-hmm. So we're looking at 2024. Yes, featured as an artist for Fortnite Festival Season 3, launched April 2024. Brought her music, playable green roots skin, and themed instruments on rhythm-based game mode. Players could unlock her exclusive skin and cosmetics through the Season 3 premium reward track. Yeah.
Wow.
So that happened. Even just a couple years ago.
Now her fans are gonna go to Fortnite. Like, oh, she's gonna be in Fortnite. Let me try that out.
Yeah. So I'm sure they did.
Be working,
You know
man.
what I mean? That was 2 years ago. So I don't even know if they've had a more recent concert since then. If they've had any recent, if anything, the other skins I saw that people were really hyped about were the characters from Game of Thrones, like Jon Snow.
They in there?
Yeah, they're in there now.
So now they got WWB collab. Okay.
Fortnite Festival recent shows 2024 to 2026. It featured Billie Eilish, Lady Gaga, and Metallica. So Billie Eilish was 2024. I'm pretty sure Gaga was 25, and then Metallica I think might have been this year or anything like that. Coming around right now. Let's see what the 2026 calendar looks like for concerts for Fortnite.
Probably nothing. They trying to save money apparently.
Also, as of March, there was a Hello Fortnite virtual VTuber concert featuring Kizuna AI. Feature her track AI and new music accessible via the map code. So they did have something more recent. Everything like that. Shout out to my cat. Yeah, you know better.
All the homies here.
Yeah, he made an appearance real quick. But so let's see. Tying back to the GameStop thing, it was funny. The pro membership costs $25 a year. Again, by this recording, $25.
Yeah, the Game Informer magazine. So I think
you said what?
Every month. I think you get a Game Informer magazine every month. So
but in tying, even though the sale it was gone already at this point of this recording, it would have been like $25 a month, and you would have had to trade in whatever technology you had to find to decrease how much money you would have wanted to buy a PS5 if that's what you want to do right now. And that price alone is probably steering people away. You have to really already want a PS5 but don't have one to want to have that pay off for GameStop and trade in things to acquire a PS5 right now. Just the truth right now, y'all. Just the truth, Sony. Sorry, it's like it's shots. This is not. It's truth.
Yeah, it's like the first generation where like past the mid generation, we're getting higher prices on consoles that are already in old base, not old, but they're like the technology in it is like from the past. It's 5 years ago. It's 5 years old, and the price is going up. Oh, because of these politics and RAM shortage and stuff like that. This is a whole lot of hoopla. So
hoopla. We gotta get that button in here too. Hoopla! Um, but hey, enough talking about PlayStation and beating the situation while it's down. Let's talk about a couple other things. Possibilities on the Nintendo side. Ocarina of Time remake. Well, right. That was the very, very important point out there. I'm talking about it. It's like, oh yeah, Wavy's like, relax. RUMOR with a capital RORUMOR. Possibility. We're in the 40th anniversary year of Legend of Zelda, right? We're still waiting on a Twilight Princess port for the Switch 2 emulator as of this recording. Ocarina of Time. Wind Waker is on the emulator for the Switch 2 already. And you can also play older Legend of Zelda titles in the Game Boy emulator. So they're available. And of course, Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom are still full price.
Full price
on the Switch store.
That is, at least on the eShop, Nintendo eShop, full price. And they're never going on sale. Ever.
To be correct.
They are never going on sale. They are never going on sale. Yeah, if they ever go on sale, Nintendo's in the hole and they trying to get out. They trying to get some debt out of something. There's no way they're ever going on sale. If you already went through an episode, if y'all can find it in the archive, y'all can find it. If you already went through an episode that like Nintendo's they're the only they're the only development studio that says we're not putting sales on our first party. Y'all crazy?
Never. So, I mean, not really much to touch on that. I mean, it's a hopeful thing. I think that's the only way I would get my wife to be able to play Ocarina of Time, and that's if it was remade to more updated graphics, because she has quoted and said that even the emulated version of Ocarina of Time that you can play on Switch 2 is ugly because it's Nintendo 64. I think even improved graphics a little bit, but not really. So,
yeah.
There we go.
That's all we had. There go the homie.
That's all we had at the time. So you got to appreciate it for what it is.
You know what I'm saying? But I mean, like, shout out to Ocarina of Time remake. I know that's on a lot of people's top games ever. So hopefully that will entice people to play the game and buy it and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And the homie thinks so too. So
definitely.
Yeah. Shout out to Ocarina of Time though. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Nintendo low-key owes us because they owe their fans low-key because like even on 35th anniversary, they ain't announced nothing for Legend of Zelda. Maybe they were maybe they were saving it for the 40th. I don't know. It's very, very possible. So it is very, very possible they were just saving it for the 40th because they're trying to do something big. But again, these are all rumors. We don't know if it's actually coming out or not. But if it is, you won't know if y'all gonna end up trying to pick it up though. I mean, will you try to pick it up, Frosty? You would?
I would. Yeah, totally. But depending on how it looked. But I think because the original version is emulated too, so I'm like, it depends on what the improvements are.
Yeah.
I say yeah, but that's
I would assume they're gonna add some new stuff in there, or like maybe one or two new things, maybe.
Man, what would that even look like? What would it possibly be, right? I would rather them work on the Twilight Princess port, honestly. That's just me though.
Twilight Princess? Okay,
yeah.
I know it's a lot of other people's like favorite. I know you and Cornered Fox definitely talked about that one a lot, Twilight Princess and everything.
Yep. Yep.
It still hurt my heart like that when they announced like the Wind Waker, it was coming to the emulator. I was like, damn, so they're never gonna release it now. That's not because the Wind Waker is like basically it's on like the GameCube emulator on Switch 2, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So they're never coming out with that now.
Coming out with what? That joint looks beautiful. That needs no improvement. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
I'm saying they could have at least like it. They could have like at least like made it an actual game and not just like behind the GameCube emulator. You know what I'm saying? That's like that's low key to me. That was like low key when that's to me like that's like when 'cause Nintendo had the history of doing this in Smash too. So if for Smash characters, if you see like if the character's a trophy, that means they're not coming to the game ever. So like when Shadow was a trophy, people got tight because it's like, oh,
Yeah,
he's never come to the game now. Like, yeah, so stuff
right.
like that, So
I mean, I get where you're coming
yeah, it
from.
definitely,
I'm fine with it though, personally.
yeah. No, I get that. Whenever I get a Switch too, I'm okay. I already have Nintendo Switch Online, and I'm pretty sure I know GameCube is like included in that, so I'll definitely get that.
It's a must-have. It's a must-have.
Yeah. I
Um,
think Loki is getting time for me to like try to get that console now. Like it's kind of like when the first Switch came out. I waited like 6 months because that's when all the games were coming out. When that
yeah.
E3 announcement and stuff like that. It took a little more time now, but it might be time for me to try to get that Switch 2 console whenever. You know what I'm saying?
It's about that time.
Yeah, a couple of joints I want to play there now. So.
And then, of course, the other thing, I don't know if this is a selling point for you, but the possibility of the rumored new Star Fox game that will be coming out this year, as opposed, in addition to the characters' introduction in the Super Mario Galaxy movie that Wavy will touch on a little later. What that game could look like.
I will. Yeah, it's supposed to be like a classic style Star Fox game apparently, and it's supposed to be. And the rumor is it's supposed to be getting announced and it's going to be coming out this summer, which is pretty soon actually. Which I don't know if that's the reason that they put that Fox is going to be in the next Mario movie. Maybe they're trying to like hype it up, hype him up as a character, and be like, oh, now you seen him in the movie, play the game now. And that's great marketing right there for Nintendo if they did that.
Visibility, especially for people that have never met and have never seen him. Hard press on why you would have never seen him though, but
yeah,
whatever. So let's see what it looks like, because I was even playing Star Fox 64 emulated game, and I beat that. I beat a Star Fox game, and like I had never done that before. As a kid, I never did, but as an adult, I beat it. I did a run. Like Star Fox 64 definitely operated in a way that like I'd realized it. I knew it then, but I didn't realize it until when I was grown, that they have like 3 paths you can take. Like there are like several paths you can take. Like you start off on the one planet, and if you do certain kind of things, then it takes you like through the asteroid belt. Then the path breaks off in like 3 different directions. And depending on what you do in different levels, it takes you different places. So you could play Star Fox in various ways. You know what I mean?
Oh wow, I didn't know that. Okay. Interesting. Yeah. Interesting. Okay.
So like, what would that new version look like? And of course we had the Star Fox Adventures game that came out. I think it's been a decade now.
Nah, that's more than a decade.
Star Fox Adventures?
That came out 2002.
Oh!
I think. Yeah, I came out like 24 years ago. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, that came out a minute ago, man. Cause I was like I was in a selling. I was in the
2002.
Yeah.
Bro.
I remember that. I remember getting that game, but I don't remember ever finishing it, which I do regret never finishing that game.
I did. Yeah, I finished it. And then when did Assault come out? Because Assault was like supposed to be like the revisit back to the kind of John that was the classic game.
Assault came out in 2005.
Yeah, I see it. Mm-hmm.
And then the recent one, which was Star Fox Zero, which is the Wii U exclusive that had a lot of mixed reviews, which I didn't know that Platinum Games did that one with Nintendo. I didn't know that. Huh. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I've heard the mixed reviews to me says and shout out to our homie LVG and LVG saying you should try a game no matter what the scores say, but mixed reviews tells me, save your money or get it on sale. But give it a try.
Yeah,
if you have time.
Yeah, that's basically
what it tells me
for the most part.
That's what it tells me. So yeah, this would be big, especially for the Fox franchise, for Nintendo.
Most definitely.
And then the possible 3D Mario game that would be possibly released between this year and next year. It's been 9 years since Odyssey, is
Which is
marking the
crazy.
longest gap in the series history for between singular Mario title games. Singular Mario title games, 3D Mario games.
Yeah, that is true. I think that is true. I don't think I've ever been this long before. Like, yeah, because even like when I think about it, Odyssey really came out in 2017. Like, that's crazy.
Hmm.
Oh man, God. I'm surprised it
I
took them
mean,
this long, honestly. But maybe they probably have something really up their sleeve. They're trying to like really get into the development and make something like super new and stuff and innovate, which is a good
yeah,
thing because you know.
I think so. I think it's that. I think it's like, we're not gonna put out. Well, the joke is that they, like, say, with not to jab at anything again, but like the Pokemon franchise, they keep putting out games after games after games, and it's like they put out, you know, you know, hot garbage, and people still buy it because of this a certain name of it or whatever. But Mario games, between that and like we're talking about like probably the party games, Mario Kart, Mario Party, the Mario Sonic Olympic games or whatever. When was the last one for
Mm-hmm.
that? Mario Sonic
2016?
Olympics.
Nah,
Sonic
was it
Olympics.
2016? I'm not even sure.
Olympic Games. Um, it's a collection at this point, right? So 2007 crossover sports game, and when was the most recent entry in this?
I think it was 16 with the Rio Olympics.
Let's see, now it's the latest entry. So we're like 2024. Oh. Olympic Games. It's not saying a year
As you can
right
see right
off right
now, the
now.
search engine.
Let's see. Release here. So yeah, so he said 2000. So he's at 2007. So yeah, like let's see.
Oh, the last
Mario
one
and
was
Sonic at the
2020.
Olympics, Tokyo 2020 was released on Nintendo Switch 2019.
Yep. So
Yeah,
I
that was
thought
the
it was
last one.
2016, but it was 2019. Okay.
Okay, so now
Yeah. I mean,
that'll have been roughly 6 7 years. There
yeah.
were a lot of Mario products, but again, for the rumor for whatever this singular Mario game could be, we'll see.
Yeah. And shout out to Nathan Hake because he was the one that basically flooding the market with all these rumors and stuff on his last podcast. And he's putting a lot of stuff out there about Ocarina of Time, rumor, Star Fox, which I believe more of that now, especially with the whole Mario Galaxy movie. That definitely makes a lot more sense now. Of course, with 3D Mario, which like I think that's definitely gonna be a console seller whenever it comes out. You know, uh, mostly me because I will be getting it when the Mario game comes out.
Who's the seller?
Um,
Who's the buyer? Me and me and me again. You know.
me, me one more time. And they said something about like in there it said something about like a Switch sports game coming to Switch 2, which I remember you saying something about it'd be like some kind of football kind of
Yeah,
title. Is that what you were saying?
it's like eFootball, so basically a FIFA competitor. eFootball online.
That should be interesting. Okay. Oh, and I heard that Star Fox game may have online multiplayer, online mode too. May have an online mode
That'd be
over there.
nice. Yeah, that'd be nice. That'd be nice. That would definitely be like you could join one up to four players because it was you always had like at least three of the or four of the squad members. That's already built in concept for a multiplayer are there. Like 4 players, you can play as one other character, Fox, Slippy, Falco, or Pepper. You know what I'm saying? Like Peppy, yeah. Like you know what I'm saying. So, and it's crazy that has a storyline too. Like how Fox's storyline, like the Fox drawn, like the Fox drawn left the team. And then like Fox and the John, they had a baby or they had a child, and like the child is now like the new Fox McCloud. He has his own little team, and Falco's out of retirement, joined his team. It's just like, bro, like that's fire for real. See, I wouldn't have known that without googling it.
Okay.
But the multiplayer aspects of it are there because you got 4 characters that you could already be. It's like Fox, Peppy, or Falco, or Slippy.
Basically,
you know what I'm saying? So
yeah, that could definitely work though. I could see it. Like it'd be like a little co-op thing or whatever, or like you just do missions or something like that. With the homies online, that'd be cool. You know, I don't think no one wants to be Slippy. But
no one wants to be Slippy.
People gonna rock paper scissors for that one.
There you go. Here, you Slippy.
And I'm not being. I know.
That'll say a lot about what people say about you on the team. Yo, you Slippy. It's like, ooh. Not even Peppy though. But it's like Peppy or Slippy. Like, you know. But
it's gonna be Slippy. Slippy's a new slur. Like you call me Slippy. You just call me. You just call me.
Yo, Slippy.
You just call me Slippy. What you want to fight,
bro? You know what I'm saying? They didn't even mention Slippy in the future. Anyway. Bro, look, in the storyline for Fox, man. Anyway, shout out to Nintendo for 40th anniversary for Legend of Zelda, and then Fox being in a movie that we'll mention in a second, and overall, Nintendo just keeping a steady pace, as I always say. Everybody's trying to jog and do a mile a minute and whatever. Nintendo is just brisk.
They're just walking. They're just chilling. They're just walking like, hey guys, how you doing?
Maybe even the speed walking joint with your hips joint, like kind of like that, like you know what I mean. Everything comes with Nintendo in their own time. People will buy it because they have a very loyal fan base.
Very, very loyal, very loyal.
Yeah, so
you can't get nothing nowhere else. Allegedly.
But speaking of Star Fox, we're getting ready to close the episode, and Wavy was able to see the newest installment to Illumination's Mario series, Super Mario Galaxy movie, star-studded cast. We're over here talking about Chris Pratt, Donald Glover, Jack Black, a whole 9 of the cast. You know, big names on the cast list. Wavy, what was up with the movie, man?
Like I said, before we started recording and stuff like that, I think the movie was good. I thought it was good. I liked the first one better. I liked the story of the first one better and stuff like that. But the second one was still good. I would still recommend you go and seeing it. This is the first time I actually agree with like some of the reviews that have been coming out recently. That like it's good, but nothing like spectacular. But it's still a good movie. Like I said, like there's still a lot of good references to Easter eggs in there. A whole lot of Easter eggs in there. Actually, they're just throwing them at you and stuff like that. And you'll catch them when you catch them. You'll catch them. You know, I still think they should have kept the Star Fox a secret. I think they should have kept it a secret and like waited people in the theater like, oh snap, you know what I'm saying? But if with the rumor of them doing a Star Fox and like it coming out so soon in the summertime, I can see why they did that. You know what I'm saying? Because like they want to get that hype ready. Oh, you saw him in the movie. You haven't played the game? Here it is. You know what I'm saying? And it will sell switch two units. But I mean like slowing up a little bit anyway. But you know that's neither here nor there. But I thought the movie was good. Out of 10, I gave it like a nice 7. So out of 5, I gave it like a nice little 3. Like there's nothing wrong with that. I think it was a good movie and stuff. So y'all go see that. I wouldn't rush to go see it, but if y'all got some time this weekend with the kids, if you got any kids, if you just want to go see it and everything, you got your spouse or whatever, and they want to go see it with you, yo, go watch it. It's not necessary, but you could. I would still go see it and have a good time. I know when I saw it yesterday, I definitely saw a couple people in theaters with like, the Mushroom Kingdom, like the Mario hat and the Yoshi hat and stuff like that. I definitely saw that when I was in my area. And shout out to Donald Glover, man. Donald Glover is a man of many trades, yo. Like, oh man, like he was good in the movie, man. He definitely took on the role of Yoshi. I'll say that. Like he's good. Like he's like people compare him to Jamie Foxx a lot because they do like everything,
Yeah.
and I can definitely agree with that.
I have a question. I haven't seen the movie yet. I'm not sure when I will. And then shout out for people, might get a little spoilery. My one question for people that have seen it to answer and the people that haven't: Does Yoshi talk, like talk? Like they have Donald in
This is
there.
the only spoiler I have. Only spoiler I have. No,
Interesting. So
don't talk. He just like the Yoshi. That's it. That's what he about it. Like he don't. It's not like with Mario where he actually says words now. Like nah, Yoshi don't do that.
but it's Donald Glover saying it basically.
I would think so, yeah. Which that's what like really made me like respect him a lot. 'Cause I'm like I thought he was gonna talk like how Mario did, but nah, he's just like you know saying those lines. I'm like, oh wow, Donald was really good at that. Okay, that's cool.
Okay, I mean
So
that's true fandom, right? Because everybody does that, right? And like, but like, okay, because when you think that they're going to cast someone, it's not just a sound maker. It's not just like because you would think you want to leave that like not alone. You know what I mean? Because if it was just like somebody, like, oh, just play some sounds from a pick a game, any game, and just play some Yoshi sounds. But like casting Yoshi to just make sounds of a Yoshi is just like interesting.
yeah.
You know what I mean? It's an interesting choice. Donald Glover is always a good choice, but it's an interesting choice of casting someone to just make Yoshi sounds. Okay.
Yeah, but if they could do it, and then Donald, like you said, Donald Glover was like one of the best people to know. Like he is a master of all trades, just like Jimmy Fox was, very talented. So if anyone could do it, he could do it. Yeah, shout out to the Mario movie. Like I said, I'll go see it if you have the time. Go see it. You don't gotta rush to the theater to go see it, but if you're definitely a big fan of Nintendo and stuff, like all their games, like I am, you'll get all the references, all these series being thrown at you and stuff. So it's definitely good for that part, and the story is good too. So
You heard from Wave God, y'all. If you do find time, go see it. But overall, it's a good insertion into what Illumination has going on for the Mario series.
and stay after the movie. Stay after the movie.
Oh, after credits.
Do not leave early.
We always love to hear
I heard
that.
from me to stay after the movie.
Okay. Stay after the main credits, y'all. Stay after the main credits.
There you go.
Okay. With that being said, that's a wrap, squad. Be sure to check us out all across the web at Fukaname, Phucaname. Search us anywhere on the web. We have all our previous episodes and our website and then all of our social media content. Keep it here for you guys and our recent content, especially on YouTube. Shout out to Wavy God with that kind of stuff. Shout you out, Lively Brother, man behind the scenes as well. Us doing our things out here. I'm your host, Frosty Phoenix. Catch me across the web at Frosty Phoenix, FROSTYPHENIX. Voice acting, video games, all that good stuff. Squad, close out with your socials.
Was goody, y'all. Thank y'all for listening to another episode of Fukapod. The voice y'all hearing right now, of course, is Wavy God. Of course, sneaker lover, anime watcher, video game player, the waviest blurred ever. You feel me? Like I said before, thank y'all for joining another episode. We appreciate y'all with hitting our discussion points on all our social medias, and y'all keep liking and discussing and commenting on all those posts and everything, and keep doing the same on our YouTube videos. Subscribe to the YouTube channel as well so we can grow this community, man, grow the squad, you know what I'm saying? And of course, you can follow me over at WAVII_JWD on X and WAVIIGAWD_ on Instagram. And of course, follow the squad Fukaname, and of course, rate the podcast 5 stars on Apple and Spotify podcasts. Of course, after you do that, just watch the video and like the video over on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Like I said before. You know what I mean? Wavy God is out.
With that being said, that's trash, y'all. I swear.
Squad!
Again.
Squad!
There we go. Thank you, Desert. Peace.
Peace.